This is a Peugeot Partner Tepee Outdoor, and well, it could just as well be a Citroen Berlingo XTR.
Yes, Peugeot Partner is a rebadged Citroen Berlingo, or the other way around. In Poland, spec for spec, the Berlingo is some 3,000 euros cheaper, making it absolutely pointless to buy a Peugeot. Elsewhere in Europe, the two cars seem to be similarly priced, although a grand or two difference in favor of Citroen happens in some markets. Partner and Berlingo are among the biggest in the segment, priced somewhere in the middle. Through the window, you can access additional storage mounted just under the roof. It holds up to 10 kilograms, which can come in handy, because when you open the entire tailgate, you'll see there is nothing to attach your shopping to. There are just a couple of mounts for an elastic net or straps to hold bigger items. The boot volume is 675 liters to the window line. Fold the seats in the second row and you get 3,000 liters. There is a strangely located 12-volt socket. Possibly it's a compromise between a socket in the boot and in the second row, or something for the passengers in the optional third row.
I like the sliding doors because they give you good access to the back. There are isofixes on the side seats here. Each of the three seats can be individually folded, and it's rather easy to fold them. It's also easy to unfold them. There's this latch here, but it works really nice and easy, so it's no problem rearranging the interior space. Let's close the door for a second. There is plenty of leg room, plenty of headroom. I could almost stand here. That's how much headroom there is, even in the middle with this roof contraption here. The floor is almost flat. Actually, it is completely flat. Good job.
This example comes with optional glass roof, a roof console and additional air vents for passengers in the back. On the one hand, I appreciate additional overhead storage, but on the other hand, I am concerned about keeping it clean. And what about items falling out during a crash?
The seats are comfortable, you sit up high, you get individual armrests for the passenger and for the driver. There is a lot of storage, for example, above your head. Then there is another one here in front of the driver. There is one between the seats. That's pretty deep. The glove box is quite small actually, but it's there. You can put a couple of things in there. Surprisingly enough, the USB port is down here. So I noticed it only now when preparing the camera setup. I had to sit here, and this is when I noticed the 12-volt socket, or is it a USB? Just a USB socket. The 12-volt socket is here with where the lighter is. And yeah, there are a couple of cup holders. Well, one is here, and you can theoretically try to stick something here in the door, but better don't, because it's just gonna spill all over the cockpit. And you think that this is a good place, right? Well, let's engage reverse. This can happen only in a French car.
I like the fact available options include climate control, sat-nav, reversing camera, but looking for volume knob, I keep changing the temperature. Good thing there's an extra mirror for you to watch what your merry outlaws are doing in the back.
Once you start moving, it may turn out that the sat-nav touch screen and the three buttons you use to control the infotainment system are just a little bit too far, especially if you're shorter and you have shorter hands. Yes, you can operate the basic radio functions from this joystick here under the steering wheel, but first you have to learn what each button does, because you can't see it, it's covered by the steering wheel. And you cannot confuse it with the other joystick on the other side of the steering wheel, which is for the cruise control, and you can't see that one either. If you're planning to go off tarmac, you may want to get the Partner with something which is called the grip control system. and that will set you back around 300 euros. It's not an all-wheel drive or four-wheel drive system, none of that. It's still a front-wheel drive car, but it's got slightly different programs for ESP. So when you're on, let's say, sand, gravel, mud, snow, there is a little knob here in the place of this hole that I don't know what it's for. You can turn it and you can change the ESP settings. As long as you're going straight, you should be fine. However, if you make a sharp turn in the sand, the front of the car will start sinking, and then you don't have the push from the rear wheels. But it will get you slightly further, and hopefully it will get you slightly further and safer. Peugeot Partner is good around town and country roads like the one I'm on right now, but on motorway it is susceptible to crosswinds, so be careful about that. The Partner is rather loud, but the plus side is that above 90 km per hour, it doesn't really matter how fast you're going, you probably won't notice any difference in the noise levels. The steering, the gearbox, the suspension, they're all set up for comfort. Depending on the market, the car is also available with a 6-speed automatic gearbox. This is a 5-speed manual 100 horsepower diesel, which uses around 5.96 liters per 100 kilometers in the combined cycle. Probably in Western Europe you will get this car with a stop and start system. However, we are in Poland and we don't give a toss about emissions. If you're looking for somewhat sharper handling, go for a test drive in a Volkswagen Caddy or a Ford Transit Tourneo. They may also have more options, and the interior in those cars may be slightly better quality. And you can even have the Caddy as a camper van. I really like how spacious these vans are. You can transport your wares throughout the week, and on a weekend you can just pack your family and go for a trip, so that's quite nice. But is the Partner or Berlingo the right car for the job? Well, if you want more choice and perhaps a slightly more practical interior, then you should get a Volkswagen Caddy. And if you want a van on the cheap, Dacia Docker is also a pretty good choice.
And be careful where you put your parking receipt. I swear I put mine on the dashboard.
I guess choosing a car in this segment will largely depend on price and financing. Personal preferences? Come on, they all look the same. As far as workhorses are concerned, Peugeot offers tested solutions, but it is up to you to check how many crates, boxes and whatnot you can fit inside. And do you have any experience with vans like this? Let me know in the comments below. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, rate and share my videos. New episodes every Friday. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.